got Bubba Craven with us, Southeast Guilford Falcons Football in Focus. Shane's Rib Shack on a Thursday night. Going to talk about the Falcons' start to the season. 4-0 start. Sounds like you guys are having some fun early.
Yes, sir.
Are you enjoying this year? Going good for you?
Yes, sir.
What's been the key to getting this 4-0 kind of? How did it happen? How did you guys get off to the 4-0 start?
We just had a hard off season. Just putting work on the field every day in practice. Just carry over to the game.
So all the hard work's paying off for you then?
Yes, sir.
So far this season, you kind of look at who's been the toughest team you faced so far?
I'm gonna have to say it was probably Northeast. They gave us a good game, Northeast. Southern was good competition too.
But 4-0, and you got a chance to go 5-0 maybe tomorrow night. How exciting is that? I know you don't want to look ahead or even think down the road, but a chance to go 5-0 to start the year would be pretty big for Southeast. How exciting is that for you?
It's a good opportunity for us. I mean, we haven't really in the past started off this good, so it's a good opportunity.
How about the ascension to the quarterback role for Bubba? First of all, how did the Bubba come out of Ryan? It used to be Ryan Craven, then it kind of became Bubba. How did we get the Bubba going?
I mean, it always used to be Bubba. No one really. I mean, everyone called me that, just not the paper or nothing.
Right. The paper always kept the proper name Ryan in there. Now, when you guys start doing pretty good, the Bubba starts to spread around a little bit then.
Yes, sir.
Because I talked to Coach Fritz in the all season. I think back during this last spring and then again in the fall, he always called you Bubba too.
Yes, sir.
So how did this last year, I guess junior year this year?
Yes, sir.
And sophomore season last year, how did you kind of work your way into that quarterback spot?
Just hard work on the off season again. Just when I got my opportunity, I took the most of it, and I got the role. So
once you got in there last year, you replaced the senior Will Green. Will continued to help the team with his kicking.
Yes,
did a great job doing that. Once you replaced Will, though, I mean, you've been the start man since, right?
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to be the leader of the team, and what does it mean to be the leader of that team? What do you have to do to be the leader? Because you're the guys people look up to.
Yes, sir. I mean, it's a big opportunity. Again, you just got to take the most of it. Be a step up in the games. Be a leader. I mean, our O-line, we got a great O-line, so I got some protection around me. I mean, just make it.
Do you have a favorite receiver? Who's the favorite receiver for you?
The Greg Liggs.
Who's that again?
Oh, I like them all, but Greg's good.
Greg Liggs, exactly. I've seen Greg's name. Yeah. And who else?
Jaheim Smith. He's a good receiver. We got many of them.
And you got Liggs, and you may be connected. I know you've had at least one touchdown pass this season.
Yes, sir.
When did that touchdown come?
It came last game.
And that was a win over who again last week?
Ragsdale.
Ragsdale. Beat Ragsdale pretty badly, too.
Yes, sir. 42-7.
How did it feel good about that win over Jamestown last week? Again with us, Bubba Craven from Southeast Guilford's Falcons. Football in Focus, Shane's Rib Shack for a Thursday night. Do you throw to the backside of the backfield?
Yes, sir. It's Shakir, C.J. McThay, Shakir Turner.
Hit those guys on some of those short passes out of the backfield?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I mean, being a quarterback, I know you're probably glad to be winning. You're 4-0. A lot of quarterbacks sometimes want that high, potent, wide-open passing offense, but the running game seems to work for you guys. What is it about the Southeast Guilford running game that makes it effective?
I mean, we got Coach Fritz takes a lot of time with our OL. I mean, we got a physical team this year. It's whatever works. I mean, if passing's working, we gonna go with passing. If running's working, we gonna stick to it. So
as long as you're winning, you probably don't care, do you? Just keep getting those wins. 4-0, 5-0 chance tomorrow night. What about Shakir Turner? Describe him.
He's a great player. I mean, not many teams have one like him. He can run. He'll get the extra yard for you. If he's on the up and you're not gonna catch him, I mean, he's a great player.
What about C.J. McThay? I see his name. He's a sophomore.
Yes, sir.
Talk about him.
He stepped up a lot. He was JV last year. He got his opportunity, took the most of it. Been running good.
What about your offensive line? How important are those guys?
It's the best one I've had since I've been here. So it's a good line. A lot of experience. We got Mike Branch. He's a sophomore stepping up for us.
Right. Some of the guys along with you back when you had the JV team, did you guys come up together as a unit? Some of the offensive line along with you as a quarterback?
Mike Branch, he came up. He didn't really play that much last year. We had a lot of experience last year too. But I've been with Kevin and TJ, Kevin Brown. He's been with me. All of them, I've been with them my whole time.
What about those big guys like Kevin Brown and TJ Williams? Can you hide behind those guys back there? They're pretty big.
Yeah, they're good. A lot of people say they're not athletic. They're just big, all this stuff. They're athletic too. They put a lot of work in this season, getting into shape and all this stuff. So.
What about yourself? I mean, we talked about the running backs. You kind of look back at Shakir Turner, and also you look at C.J. McThay. Do you run the ball too?
Yes, sir. I run the ball. We got pistol. We run. So.
How's that pistol formation look? How's that look?
It's looking good. We're just now starting it, but.
Is that when you're back there with the split backs or rearranged backs? How's that look as far as the setup goes?
Shakir behind me and CJ to the right. So.
CJ's where?
To the right of me.
To the right. I got you. Kind of offset a little bit there in the backfield.
It varies from time to time.
Who's the fastest guy on the team?
I'm not even sure. We got a lot of quick people. I'd have to say it's probably on defense. So.
With the defensive guys?
Yes, sir.
Who do you think might be the fastest guy over there?
Probably Isaac Roberts.
Isaac Roberts.
Yep.
Defensive back?
Yeah, Devin Billingsley.
Gotcha. Tell us why you're 4-0.
Again, the work we put in the offseason, I feel like where I'm coming from, no teams work harder than us.
Yeah, Coach Fritz has talked about that more than once, about how hard you guys worked in the offseason and how the good response you had. A number of players involved in that offseason workout, offseason program. What were you doing during the offseason? What were some of those workouts? What was that like?
As soon as last season ended, when the semester changed, we got weight training. We put in work there, and then it goes to spring. So weight training again, and then we got summer workouts, and then it carries on to the season. So it's been a hard season workout for us.
How many days a week were you working out back during the summer?
Every day except Friday.
Wow, so you had 4 days a week working pretty hard.
Yes, sir.
Go down to the school in the mornings or the afternoons? When did the sessions work?
We went to mornings, then we went to afternoons.
Had them both?
No, sir. We switched over.
Kind of alternated between the two?
Yes, sir.
How many hours a day were you guys working down there?
9 to 12.
3 hours a day, 4 days a week during the summer to get this team ready. Who's your favorite college quarterback?
Aaron Murray.
Where is he at? I don't know him.
The Georgia Bulldogs.
Georgia Bulldogs. He's one of the young quarterbacks there. Then I got you. Matt Stafford was there a few years ago. Now Aaron Murray.
Yes, sir.
They had a rough start. They were beating what? South Carolina beat them the first game, right?
Clemson beat them.
Clemson beat them. That South Carolina team. Clemson beat them. Then they bounced back and won the next two. Then.
Yes,
So
sir.
Aaron Murray's your man. What about the pros?
My pros, I'd have to say Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning?
Yeah.
If you had to choose between Peyton or between Eli to win the Super Bowl for you, who would you take between the two brothers?
Oh, Peyton every day.
Every day of the week. I've heard other people say that too. I've heard some people say Peyton for the overall skill level, the talent, and then sometimes they say Eli maybe for just the big game, but you're taking Peyton every day of the week.
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. 3 NC State quarterbacks. They're going to be quarterbacking on Sunday in the pros, starting for NFL teams. You got Phillip Rivers, Russell Wilson, and now you got Mike Glennon. They're all going to start. Who do you think's the best of those three?
I'm a Carolina fan, but Russell Wilson's been doing good.
He looks real good for Seattle. Solid. So you would go with Russell then?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Carolina, man, what about TJ Yates? He's not doing too bad. He's still playing quite a bit for Houston.
Yeah, he's doing good behind Shaw, but...
What about Graham Brenner right now? Brenner.
Oh, he's doing good. We got Carolina's... They started out a little rough, but...
Do you favor them Saturday against East Carolina?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you get to go to these college games?
I've been to a couple, but not big schools.
They can get there any this season?
Not yet.
Do you have anything planned this weekend, any college games?
No, sir.
What are you doing in your off time on the Saturdays? Watching a lot of college football and just taking it easy, resting up?
Yeah, I got work, but...
Got a favorite, you mentioned Aaron Murray out of Georgia.
Yeah.
What about Johnny Manziel? What do you think about Johnny?
Well, I mean, he's SEC, so I can't really pull for him, but I like him.
He's a fellow SEC member, right?
Yep.
Gotcha. Now, those two haven't played yet so far. Georgia, Texas A&M, no games between those guys yet.
No, sir.
Did you see that Texas A&M Alabama game?
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Was it 49-42 and just a great comeback by Johnny Manziel and his guys?
Yes, sir.
Let's look at some other things for you. Southeast Guilford. You look at your defense. Let's look at Southwest Guilford. Let's look at their defense. We'll talk about your defense later. Southwest Guilford. Look at their defense. How do you describe their defense?
I mean, their safeties play off a little bit. They got some linebackers up front, but I mean, we've watched a lot of film this week on them, so I think we're ready for them.
Does it look like the kind of team you can run against?
It do. I look at both of it, run and pass on it.
And your running game is, people haven't seen it before, we've talked about it a little bit already, your running game is a power game too, right? It's not the finesse game where you're trying to set up stuff on the corners. We're going to run over you, pretty much. Does the quarterback also have that same mode, same approach?
Whenever, I mean, it's either whatever. If I got the edge, I'm going to take it. If I got someone in front of me, it's whatever.
You guys had some problems with Southwest in the past. I mean, several years back, there was some losses by Southeast to Southwest when Southeast was kind of rolling along with a good record, maybe lost a game they shouldn't have lost. How do you guarantee you guys are, I can't really guarantee it, I guess, yet you're pulling for your team to win, you feel confident to win, but how do you lock things down to make sure you guys beat Southwest and don't slip up against them with your 4-0 record? How do you lock it down for the win?
It's all mental. I mean, we had a good week of practice, cleaned it up today. It's all mental. Come in there, start off from the start. I know D's going to cover us. So,
defense has got you covered?
Yes, sir.
Offense just gets some points, take care of business from there. How do you get this across to your teammates? What do you tell them about the game tomorrow night as far as having them go?
Confidence high. 5-0. That's all I got to say. 5-0.
What's Coach Fritz preach? Is Coach Fritz preaching the 5-0? Is he talking about that much? Or just preaching the fundamentals? Talking about the execution, taking care of business?
Coach Fritz always say, do your job. And if you do your job, everyone do their job, the play's going to work. So,
what would be your dream play in a game like that tomorrow? If you have like a dream play, the big Bubba Craven quarterback, Southeast Guilford dream play of the week, what would that play be?
Just whatever, score, pass it, just get the win.
Just get to the end zone, right?
Yes, sir.
Maybe not pile up the points, but get the points you need. What female teacher at Southeast Guilford? Think about your female teachers. What female teacher at Southeast could you see taking over the Falcon football team? Say Coach Fritz is going to step down for a couple of days. One of your female teachers. Is there any woman at Southeast who could take over that team and lead that team?
Let's see. Miss Ingo, I think, got it.
What's she up to, Miss Ingle? Talk about her a little bit.
She's a yearbook teacher. She's I don't even know what else she teaches. I got yearbooks, so.
She a pretty good teacher?
Yes, sir.
Think she could lead the team, maybe get a win?
I think she could.
She got a football background, knows a little bit about football?
She went to Carolina, so.
Hey, you're a Carolina man through and through, right?
Yes, sir.
Not going to hold that against you, not at all. We talked about it before. You want to win that Super Bowl, you stick with the Manning brothers. You're going basically, I guess, with Peyton as far as that goes, right?
Yes, sir. Well, I'm a Cowboy fan, so.
Cowboy fan too, huh? Wow. Does that kind of take away from anything if you had like Peyton versus, say, Tony Romo? You still lean toward the Cowboys?
I'm going to lean to the Cowboys, yeah.
I got you. How about your conference this year? We're talking about Southwest, Marty. That's a non-conference game. You look at the Metro 4A. Who do you think's the biggest challenge it's going to present for you guys? You guys get in that conference activity in a couple of weeks.
I mean, Dudley looking good this year. They always look good, so they're looking strong. They got strong defense, got a good quarterback. Page looking all right this year. Grimsley, you can't look over Grimsley this year. They beat us last year too, so.
Boy, that hurts. They beat you last year. You're still thinking about that one. That one probably still stings.
Yeah, dude.
Well, you guys got a big win in the playoffs last year. Who was that against? Durham Hillside?
Durham Hillside, yes, sir.
You went down there and beat them too, right?
In Durham, yeah.
That had to feel good about that one last year.
That was the biggest win of the season in a long time for Southeast.
You look at Southeast as a conference team. Do you see you guys kind of stacking up there near the top, going to contend for that title?
Oh, yes, sir, no doubt.
What does it take to pull all this off? I mean, you want to keep the 5-0 going, but if you were to slip up somewhere along the way, you got to still stay focused on that 4A conference crown. You mentioned already Dudley and Page and Grimsley. I think another team that's pretty tough too is that Southern Alamance. That's no slouch either these days.
They got our defensive coordinator from last year, Coach Caruth. He's a great coach. I mean, he led us good last year. He was a good coach.
He took over as the head coach down there, right? At Southern Alamance. What's his last name again?
Coach Caruth.
Gotcha. He's the head man there this year at Southern Alamance. That's going to be a battle when you guys get together there too then.
Yes, sir.
If you can, tell us what your goal and your role will be tomorrow night. What's your goal for the game? What's your role in tomorrow night's game? Bubba Craven, Southeast Guilford Falcons quarterback with us. Your goal and your role for tomorrow night's ball game.
My goal every week is to win, to get the win, and motivate my team, keep them on point, keep their minds right, and get the win.
Is it tough in that huddle to keep these guys organized? Keep it sure you guys pretty well composed.
We're well composed.
Everybody's focused right now on the wins.
Yes, sir.
Is Coach Fritz a tough coach? Is he pretty hard? Work you guys pretty tough? Because I read somewhere maybe where you guys had some probably practicing about as hard now as you have been going out in the games.
Yes, sir. He always works as hard, but that's a good thing though. You always got to be ready for the games. You never know overtime. something might happen. Someone goes out. So, I mean, you got to be ready for it.
How about yourself? What did you guys do during the off week? You guys had, I guess, a bye week a couple weeks back. Where did you go then on that Friday? Anybody you guys went to see or scouted? How'd that go for you?
We watched Rexdale play.
You went to see the team you'd be facing the following week then?
Paige, Rexdale.
So you guys split up a little bit that week?
Yes, sir. We split up. Some went to Dudley Hillside, I think, played that week.
Which game did you go to now, the Ragsdale?
I wasn't able to go. I was out of town that game.
I got you traveling that week then. Gotcha.
I watched some film on it, though.
You guys can watch film. I talked to a kid in here last week. They got the system set up now, I guess.
Yeah.
You can even watch at home, right?
Yeah, you can watch anywhere.
Just set
Any
that on your computer, right?
Yes, sir.
Just pop that little project in and type it in on that little website. Boom, you're watching the opponent from the next week.
Yes, sir.
Well, listen, I want to thank you tonight. Good job on your part.
Thank you.
Good to have Bubba Craven with us, Southeast Guilford quarterback here at Shane's Rib Shack. And